Morning guys, welcome to Flossmas. We're on day 4 already and it is 10 past 11 and not so much light today. It is pouring with rain today here. It is anyway, we've been sitting in the conservatory because it's lighter in there at least, yeah, it's been quite noisy with the rain, so I've come upstairs to do my video. It would have been really distracting to do it in the conservatory anyway. I normally film my floss tubes in the conservatory, but in the winter I think we'll move up here because it is quite cold. We've had the heating on in there for a couple of days, underfloor heating. A lot of my craft stuff is pleasantly warm at the moment because there's a lot of big plastic boxes full of things on the floor in there. Anyway, right, stitching. I have done some stitches this morning already. 700 is about 700 is about my time to get on and do a video. So yesterday I actually did put my my threads for both all three of my Christmas pieces, the Santa's Trips, the Christmas Ride and the Dreaming Girl, that I will start on the other piece there of that fabric. I'm finding using this little hoop quite good actually. It's balancing quite nicely on me. Anyway, I've put them on a floss ring and I've taken my flosses off the bobbins, and I put that rainbow filament thread on there as well. These are my Christmas. I just basically pinched a packet of my own Christmas floss drops, drawn on them with a Sharpie pen, and as you can see, if you've ordered these from me and you get a glittery pack, Sharpie pen just writes on them just the same. So I put all of those on there, with the exception it's Belle Soie of the Classic Colourworks, this absolutely gorgeous aqua velvet there, which I think I bought as a random one-off skein because of its colour, because I mean really look at it, it's amazing. So everything else is there. So that's my that's my colour palette for my Christmassy stitching. So there is a little bit of 333 in there. The skein I have is it's nearly gone, but I've got loads of this because I've got a lot hanging on my Modern Folk embroidery. The two purples I'm using are the two purples in my Modern Folk embroidery. Oh, I should really just go and get it out of the cupboard. It should really see the light of day at least once this year, bless it, poor thing. Anyway, so I did that, so that making my life a lot easier. So this morning so far I have put in 322 stitches into Santa's Trips, actually a couple more, but I'm not even counting them. So I'll show you where I am now. I have got a 939, a dark blue. I assume he will have backstitch antlers because otherwise he's a llama. Might be a llama. I think he's probably Rudolph. I swayed outside my colour scheme to give him a one tiny, what's the name of the cross? Smyrno crosses? You know, where you do the cross stitch that way and then you do an up and down cross stitch as well, just to make it a little bit more. I literally pulled the purpliest red from my Kingdom of Books threads, because I had those there, so I just pulled just one little tiny strand, just enough to do one stitch, and I did it a little cross there. And then I finished my reindeer llama and realised I'd forgotten to put the strand of blending filament in the thread, and I think you can just about see them there on his body. So what I did was I threaded up one strand, and I've done two stitch Smyrno crosses. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've done 7 of them, anywhere I could fit a 4 stitch, because you do when you do a two square one, it's like 4 cross stitches and then you go corner to corner and then the same, but with like a cross stitch in each corner, so they're twice as big. So just to add that bit of sparkle. And there is my Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus here in their 2 shades of purple. And then I did the skin, and it's not the skin colour that's charted. I literally just grabbed a skein of something peachy. I'm using It was literally just a peachy Caucasian skin colour, 754. It's just literally the first one that came into my hand. The one that's charted is quite a peach colour, like bold. It's a 3 something, the one that's charted, but I just went for a nice pale peach colour, and yeah, there we go. So I'm really happy with my progress there. I think tomorrow we'll probably finish this square, and I mustn't forget to put the little bits in the corners, and then I think we'll be moving on to this one here. So I'm really pleased with that. There we go, cracking on. And I like my reindeer llama. Doesn't matter at all to me that he's navy blue. In fact, I think I like him more navy blue. Okay, and then I did do another about 50 or 60 stitches on Christmas Ride last night, and I've put in 102 this morning, just now actually, and this now looks like this. So I filled in all the white along here. That's what I was doing before. I filled about this much of it in last night, and then I've done this bit here. I've done the beards, Santa in his hair. I've done Mrs. Christmas's hair and the tops of their hats, because that's all the white. And then I picked up this colour here, which is my Anchor 178, I think, and it was charted to be the crosses in the sleigh. Now there, obviously, it got completely lost. I did 2 stitches. I did these 2 little stitches here, went, I can't see that, and I just simply picked a different colour. It's the actual DMC that's very, very, very close to the colour of the fabric, which is fine. So I filled them in with a different colour and just marked the stitches off and said I'd done them, because I can do that. Because when you make up your own colours, if a colour doesn't work or doesn't fit where it's meant to be, you just change it up. So I just changed it up. So there we go. Christmas Ride is coming along. I think we're pushing through to the 50% very shortly. Probably going to hit 50% tomorrow on it. Or today later if I put more stitches into this. I do have some stitch time this afternoon, so we will see. But I'm absolutely loving my Barbara Anna's now. I watch Adelaide first thing in the morning, which is her video from the morning. Her day 4 is already up and running by the time I get up, which is lovely because she's so far in front of us. And she was saying that the Shannon Christine stitching on that is just like heaven. It's like so easy. It's just like, oh, I remember why I love cross stitch so much, because sometimes we really struggle with confetti, or we struggle with difficult a count, you know, like tiny stitches, or you know, sometimes it's just a difficult pattern. And I put Shannon Christine and Barbara Anna in the same box. They're brilliant designers. They're both outstanding with colour. I know I've totally changed the colours, but generally I don't do that. Generally we've learned that Barbara Anna we trust. I've done that deliberately this year just because my colours were very different this year. Because I fell in love with a piece of fabric in the fabric shop, so that just coloured my entire season, which is fine too, but I've got the confidence to change the colours on things like that. That's, you know, but normally we totally trust them. Shannon Christine is exactly the same. I love her patterns and it is just heaven, and that's why I'm enjoying stitching the Barbara Annas so much, because it's so much fun. The images are so cute, they're clever, they come together well. Shannon Christine is exactly the same. I've screenshot all of those free patterns. Every time one pops up on my feed, either on Facebook or Instagram, I screenshot it. I've got an awful lot of them. I would one day just like to just sit down and just stitch all of them just together, but it's not going to be right now. It's not going to be right now. Yeah, and then this morning I've also put some stitches into Kingdom of Books, which I'm conscious that I would like to chug along with and get some more stitches into. I have indeed finished. I've done 368 so far today. I'm intending to get on with this in a bit. So I did indeed finish that purple that I didn't quite get to, and then like the doorway of the next book was as well. It's actually more of a burgundy. I think it was 904, but I think if I get my master set and find 904, I think it's going to be, it couldn't be 904, it must be 902. It was 902, 904 is green. So this colour here, this burgundy. My 902 there is yeah, it's still, we'll say it's still burgundy, but it's not quite the same. It's not quite the same tone. But anyway, I'm doing my dodgy link around here so that I can use my kit threads, because there's a lot of thread that comes with this kit. It really is going to be about here full coverage. So yeah, I'm using the threads I've got because I've got them. And then I did move the Q-snap across here, and then when I picked it up I thought, well, if I'm going to be filling in here and here, why don't I just fill in this bit too? So obviously I started down here. So I'm filling in 3864, I think this one's meant to be. So I'm filling in at the bottom at the moment. I think the top corner's pretty much done up here. And I think I need to just fill in some of this here. Much as I'd like to just batter on and do my part filled in thing, I think I need to go back every now and again and try and fill in some gaps. So for the stitching that I need to put into this to reach a Ripgo goal, I think I'm almost at the 600 and something I needed to be at. Kingdom of Books yesterday got 131. 131 makes 9, 499 so far. And it needs to be 499. Kingdom of Books. Beep, somebody outside beeping. 658. So I've got 159 left to go to meet the first goal. So yeah, I'm going to probably manage that today, and see how far else I get, because then after that it's only 1,000 and something, 1,500 or something to get to the full Kingdom of Books goal. So I'll be really happy if I can get those in this whole month. It is only the 4th. To knock it out before I empty the Whipgo tree. And it's not a whole month. I will be emptying the Whipgo tree 27th, 28th of December probably, and then we'll see. So I've got until then to put extras in, to finish off goals and put extras in before we empty it, which obviously I will film, although it will be clanky because the boxes have got lots of coins in them. Okay, so that's my stitching. Today I'm going to be taking Richard to his blind vision buddy group, and we'll just be leaving about half an hour early, so we'll be there about an hour and a half. So I've got about an hour and a half stitching. I will deliver him to his people, and I will tuck myself out of the way because it's not for me to it's not something I'm involved in because I'm usually at work. So I just happen to be off today, and we'll go and get Flora and then Austin after school finishes. They're obviously in 2 different schools in 2 different towns, so you know, it makes it really fun. Anyway, I'll just be delivering Flora. I'm picking her up from her school, taking her to the town my parents live in, which is the town Austin is in school in, dropping her at my parents'. It's her night to stay with them, and then collecting Austin and bringing him home for tea. So yeah, it's I'm running I know where everybody is, but they're not always with me. Maddie is here. Maddie has got her 4th day in a row tonight. And then next week she's got 5 days. And then the week after that she's got 5 days, which will be 50-hour weeks for her, which I'm not entirely sure she's ever done even 40 hours in a week. We will see how unbelievably grumpy she is at the end of that. But when she goes back to her normal 30 hours, I bet you she thinks it's a doddle. Because usually by the 3rd night she's like, oh, I hated it so hard. Bet you when she goes back after Christmas she'll be like, 3 days is easy peasy. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I'll do some stitching. I'm not too sure what I'm taking with me to the group. It won't be my Christmas pieces because I've already stitched on them for today. And much as I would just like to batter into them and get them done, I'm trying to do it gradually. I might take a long dog. I might have a look at my long dog, see which one of those I might potentially get close to, and take a long dog with me. But we'll see. We will see how I feel in 2 hours. 11, 12, 1. No, in an hour and a quarter. We'll be there for 1. Yeah, so we'll leave it about 1:45. That's fine. Right, okay. So we'll see how I feel then. time is disappearing from the day because I've been stitching. Right, so yesterday I asked if you left me any kind of comment to win my second Christmas Adventy Flossmas giveaway. I'm not quite sure how to put it. I will put I've just done the random generator downstairs before I came up to film. I will put it here, and it's a name I don't recognise. And as you can see, it has come out as Chrissy Fishes 1412. So Chrissy, if you want to message me on Instagram or send me an email with your postal address, this is yours, and you're very welcome to it. You can see the resin shining on it there, but it's a little hand paint from my Lizzie. I've heard from lady who won the bunny day before yesterday, so that will be on its way very shortly. I'm really going to make a massive effort to actually get these into the post through Flossmas. I am almost at the point of going to the post office and dropping off some of my Flossmas orders, which is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. And when your things arrive, I really hope you like them, because they're all things that I really like that I've made. Tomorrow I will be showing another piece number 3, which I think is Maddie's Needleminder, was piece number 3, which I'll be giving away on day 6. Okay, and then I remembered that yesterday, it being normal floss tube day yesterday, I should have given away these, but from my last proper floss tube I asked for keyword for deer and keyword for sheep to win these, and I will put these up. I drew these just before, and I will put up, I'll do the deer first, and I will put up their drawing of deer, and that came out as Angela Lewis. So Angela, this is on its way to you. I think I'm sure, I know you're in my Needleminder of the Month club, so I have your address. I will just pop it into the post to you, unless you have moved. There's the caveat there. Unless you have moved, I will just pop this in which case message me. But I think I have your address, so this is yours. There it is, stitched. I used, I think, pretty much close actually. Did I actually use the called for it? Black coffee, cherry, hickory. I think I used hickory sticks. I might not have used all of the colours. I think that's what we'll say. I might not have used all of the right colours, but I used some of them, I'm sure. That's on 40 count there. And I do note that the pattern has yellow snow too. Anyway, so, and then we've got the sheep, patchwork sheep, and I'll put the drawer up here. And as it came out, and as you can see, that's Jodie. Jodie, it's you. You've won a giveaway. And unless your address has changed from last year, because you won a Flossmas giveaway last year from me, I know you did. Unless your address has changed in the year, let me know. Otherwise, I'll stick that in the post to you as well. There we go. So, three people there with wins from me here. And tomorrow I will show you the next item, which is pretty cool. And if I can dredge it out of Maddie's hands, I will show you the original artwork as well from the Needleminder that she did for me. And I think that's it for today. Short video. Oh, I should be right. I'm going to put you on pause just for a tick, because I've had a couple of people ask me things and I've got the answers to the questions. Hang on. Okay, I've just done a running around the room going, where did I put it? I know I had it. First thing is in my, I think this was possibly the first big project bag I ever made, is this piece here, which somebody asked me about. Yes, I was stitching this. I was going to stitch one a month for my mum for Christmas about 3 years ago. Yeah. Oh dear, a very bent needle. Oh dear. Okay. The 12 Days of Christmas, of which you can clearly see there is kind of 8. There is, oh, 6 is upside down. That's not so bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are finished, but 6 is upside down. And then we've got 7, which is still missing the gold trim around the edge, and annoyingly 10, because 8 and 9, the pattern pieces went adrift. I think I've got it all together in here now. And this is a Bothy Threads kit, 12 Days of Christmas, and I do not have the cover page. That's about right, but it is a Bothy Threads kit. So yeah, I thought I had the cover page. I think I might have if I've got a picture in my camera reel, I'll put it up here. I might have. It's meant to be stitched as a big single piece. It comes with great big 14 count Ada, which I immediately just went nope. Got 18 count instead to make them really nice and tight and neat. I'm using the kit threads other than that, and I was meant to stitch one a month for my mum and got to 8 and quit, which is not brilliant. So they're still not done, and I could still do with doing them and giving them to her. I was going to finish them as little flat backs and put them in a little handmade box, you know. Lofty plans, gone adrift, as always, but Bothy Threads. Now, I found out that Bothy Threads is actually based out of a place called Espatria, which is literally in the middle of goddamn nowhere, about 20 miles that way. And I had no idea that Bothy Threads was there. And they've got a huge factory shop, and it's really nearby to me, and I should really go. So I think I'm going to go one day and go in and say, hi, I'm literally nobody, but would you mind if I filmed while I'm here? So I think I might take you there one day with me, because I've never been there, and I'd really like to go and see their factory shop. But Espatria is literally, if you know the UK at all, you'll know we've got massive great nuclear power station in a place called Sellafield, which is basically North Lakes. It's no man's land, it's Nowhereville. It's yeah, well out of the way, but not very far from here. But I think Espatria is one of those places that used to be, I'm going to probably be wrong and say possibly it would be no industry, coal mining kind of place. It's like a dead town. It's like very run down. It's very pretty, but it's very, we go through it when we go to the beach. We go to Allenby, which is just down from Silloth, which is again, it's the bit of the UK where you can stand on the beach and you can look over, and the bit of Scotland, really hard to explain, where Scotland's got like a little dangly bit out into the well, I suppose it's the Atlantic, really, it's the Irish Sea. Between Scotland and Ireland, there's a little dangly bit which goes down to Stranraer. And if we stand on the English side, you can see it's like an estuary, I suppose. It's muddy. It's not beachy, it's muddy. Anyway, that's our nearest bit of sea. So when I go to the beach, that's where we go, and that is on the way to Richard's phone's ringing. I've got his Garmin here, so it's ringing. That's distracting. I think he's answered it. Anyway, maybe he hasn't. It's still buzzing. Anyway, so I might take us to Bothy, long story short, I might take us to Bothy Threads. But anyway, somebody asked me about those. It's a Bothy Threads kit, which is pretty much available from Bothy Threads, from Amazon, as long as you're absolutely 100% sure it's a genuine Bothy Threads kit, which most of them are. And while I was dredging for that, I did find my Modern Folk Embroidery 2021. Oh my goodness me, I don't even know which year it is, Sal. It's a long time ago. And that's where it is. So as you can see, trying to get it to 50% in December would have been a bit of a chug. Mine is, as you can see, as you can see, I've got lots of 333 and 155. That's probably a full skein of both there on one of my 2-hole floss drops. This was a prototype. As you can see, the holes are slightly wonky. It looks more like a gnome's hat than a nice oval. I tend to keep the ones that are wonky for myself because they're seconds. But anyway, that's my 2-hole thread drop in use because there's only 2 colours in this piece. So that's perfect. Their colours are always there with me. And yeah, so I've got it out at least. I don't imagine there will be any stitching going into it, but you never know. You never know. And I've got a few spares in there, and this bag is so wonderful. It is the ferrets in the headbands bag with the Christmas lights. I just love it. I made a whole pile of, I literally made like 38 or something bags last year to put all my projects in to organise myself for Whip Go. So this is one of my absolute favourites. I love it. Anyway, I've got it out now, so really no excuses. And then we've got the only other thing that somebody asked me. Did I write it down? I don't think I did. I did. No, I didn't. Oh, crikey, I'm as thick as mince. Somebody asked me which pattern I bought to put that Stuart pointed me towards for Kingdom of Books on Etsy, and I'm going to put the screenshot of my order here. It's still for sale from the same seller. This loaded into Pattern Keeper. I can't remember if I needed to input the thread numbers, but it's all good. Which has just come up. Hang on. Oh, time has passed. Okay, it's now gone 12 o'clock. We've just been out and collected one of his sons from school. Heart dissection in biology. He was the one that passed out. There's always one. Yeah, we've got him home. He's safe and sound. He did pass out for a moment, went a bit woozy, a bit. She stuck her finger in its artery and he passed out. So there we go. So we've got one of those here, which is good because now Richard's got somebody to talk to. Yay! Keep him busy for a few minutes anyway. Righto. Yeah, Kingdom of Books is where I think I was. Can't quite remember. Can't be bothered rolling back. Yeah, so I think I probably did put the screenshot up. If I haven't done the here's the screenshot, I'll put it up here anyway. Of who I bought it from. I did have a look. I clicked into it and I checked, and it is on sale. It's one of these PDF Etsy patterns that's always on sale. It's actually only £2 something at the moment, like £2.02 or something, I think. As you can see, I paid £5 or something for it, so it's almost nothing is the answer. But yeah, it means you've got it in Pattern Keeper, and it is a lovely pattern. It's a lovely pattern, and I'm having absolutely no problems with this version. This is the version I've bought, and I'm happy with because it's working nicely. Yeah, so that's the one I got, and I think now I'm all a bit bleh. I think that's me done for today. Yeah, I think I'm done for today. Okay guys, yeah, so I've got 3 people to hear from, 2 that I think I already have your addresses. If you have moved or changed or want me to post it somewhere else, let me know. Otherwise it's just my piece of paper is immediately lost. No, it's here. Chrissy Fishes, 1412. Please contact me because this little needle minder is for you. On there, it's for you. And yeah, that's us. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow I am working early, so I am going to make the wild assumption that my video is going to be much later in the day, because I won't have done any stitching or filming until probably the evening. So tomorrow's video will be late and the following day's video will be later as well. And then we'll switch back for Sunday to normal time, middle of the day-ish. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow, and I hope everyone's having a lovely start to the Christmas season. I need to just get a few more bits and pieces, order a few more presents. Yeah, I know I need to get on with it all, but I just think this year it's just going to be a little one. There's going to be a little one this year. Right, okay, I will see you tomorrow, and we'll see what I get done between now and then. Bye bye.